morning. Okay, load some trucks, but for that I just thought I'd mention how dry July's going. It's been one day and I have to say it's been rough. Really, really rough. Nah, just kidding. If you want to join us for dry July, I meant to mention this earlier in the other videos, but just basically forgot about it, to be honest with you. And then next second was July 1. I'm like, oh dear, we need to post something about this. You want to join us for dry July, hit us up. Just put I'm in the comments. I've done a reel about this already, so there's already about 30 or 40 people on board. If you've missed all that and you're just watching this for the first video, I'm just presuming that you're going to see this about the 3rd of July, so just presume that the first 2 days you made it. If you want to be involved, yeah, come on, have some fun. Anyway, we're going to get these trucks loaded. Got to shift the fert spreader back from Fontainebleau to Narrow Plains. Checking both ways here. Looking good. And bring the fert spreader back. We got landmark at the end of the week. Old man's back from Italy. He's been away for a month. So welcome back, Richard. He's about happy to be back in Australia after, well, he reckoned it was about 36 degrees over there and 80% humidity at any time. So he was happy to leave that behind and come back to the land of the freezing. It is cold out here today. There's wind everywhere, and we're going to go stand in it and load these trucks. Anyway, all good fun. First customer of the day, come to get some corn. Too cold out there. Sit in the cab. Nice and warm. 9 degrees and about 20k winds. That can stay out there. Now things are getting serious when your organ needs fuel too. Going to take this auger around the other side and try and get some seed out of this other side. Now I've got a free truck, I can actually get some seed and jam it in the seeder. I'll be one step closer to, wrong side. One step closer to sowing that paddock I so desperately want to get done. I think it's still a pipe dream, but it's one step closer to being a reality. Managed to get the third into the seeder yesterday, which was a good start. Now I'm going to get seed out of the seed silo and a little bit from Jimmy's place just to finish the job here. Quick fast for anyone playing at home. I had 72 hectares and I want to sow at about 200 kilos. How much seed do I need? See how quickly you can bip pop that. Quick bip pop in my head, I think it's 14.4 tonne to finish the job, which is too much because I really need that truck rolling again as soon as possible, so I don't really want to stick 14.4 tonne in the truck. But anyway, I have to make some sort of planning. Was I correct? Did I calculate correct? Find out on the next episode. But I've got my hand free to use the calculator. Get the old barleys out of here. It is absolutely brass monkeys out here. I should have a jacket on, but I'm moving a bit too quick and a bit too agile for them. The ground tried to make a fool of my ankle just then. And my statement of being too agile. Not agile at all. You just plough through it, plough on like all good farmers everywhere. I have a brief memory last night for remembering that there's still 2 tonne in this corn. 2 tonne of corn in this truck. Doesn't look like it. Now we'll get it rolling first and then make a decision. I think I really want to put the seed in the front trailer only so I only have to deal with a single, not a B double when I'm backing up the seeders and whatnot. Yep, I remember correctly, there is corn in there. Well, that stuff's that idea. So fancy. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I can either put the seed in the back trailer and try and somehow magically back that around to my place, or I can hook the back trailer off, hook the front trailer off, hook the back trailer back onto the prime mover, then go and use it as a single, or I can try and transfer the corn back out into something else, of which I have no free trucks. I do have a bunch of trucks coming to get corn today. Wondering if I can just transfer a bit out into one of them. Maybe just as quick and easy as anything. But it's in the front trailer, which means it's not quick and easy. Oh, it's not so bad actually. I might be able to just take the back trailer off and use the front trailer, roll it back, unload into the truck, then I'll have my front trailer. That might work. I'm looking around in here going, geez, nice lighting in here. Why are the lights not turning off? Turns out they were left on last night. Well, we got that out of there. Luckily this nice little 90 turned up. Hope we get the last one or 2 tonne out of there. Now I can put my seed in there. Well, get this one filled up first. Cool little truck. Beautiful setup of a truck and Quinn dog. See these getting around Victoria a lot these days. She's absolutely beautiful, this truck. Obviously she's been working, so she's a little bit dirty, but not every day you see them as clean as this in actual design anyway. The driver Tamika's kindly allowed me to take some footage of it because it's not every day you see a truck come onto the farm like this. Sometimes you do. Had some nice ones in the past. She's chrome and white everywhere. Right up my alley. Well, there's not much going on in the shed at the moment. Everyone's out doing stuff. Or they're not here. So I'm just going to have a coffee with all my mates here. Our fabled Rex James stock feed cups. Shout out to Rex James. These cups are still going strong. The plan for the arvo is hopefully get that seed in the truck. Then I'm going to take the auger around to Jimmy's house and get seed in the truck there too. Hopefully get enough to do the job. And at some point I'm going to have to bring the spreader back here. It can't be far away. Still got a couple more trucks to load, I think. So I got my set thing going in. Out of the parts bin here. Not sure if this is a parts bin with a silo in it or a silo with a parts bin all around it. Either way, actually we've got August, eh? Getting this in there and I'll go get some more from Jimmy's, I think. There's been a bit of a conundrum here. I got to get 14.4 tonne to do the job and I think the cedar holds about 12. It's a bit of a problem. While I'm heading at the Goaty, run down on the dash at 220. She's bloody flash. Nice bunk too. Very nice truck. I do like the gearbox in it. The new Endurance Auto in it is just seamless, or a lot more seamless than the previous model in the 200s. Canola's finally starting to fill out. It looks patchy from the side, but then when you get the sun behind it like this, I can see over here and over here, it's all there. It's just looks patchy, and it's going to stay patchy for a little while. Back at the house. Hello, family. I'm trying to wheel this thing, you turn it around and get backed up to that cedar just over there hiding away. This is the reason I didn't want to do this job with a B-double. I need to get turned around in here, and to get turned around in here I needed to be a single only. We're loading. Here's my fun from yesterday. All that is just a pile of lumps. That's what happens when you get DFE bed sitting in the shed, gets wet on the floor. It's just lump city. They're not a quarter in the ton, but I'll scoop it up a bit later and chuck it in a spreader or something. Not sure yet. Maybe in the irrigation water. Morning. Another day is upon us. We finally got the fert spreader back from Fontaine and our Plains, and we're going to go and spread Arcadia woolshed, Ivanhoe triangle today. Got good 50 tonne on board here, so I'm going to go and do that. I feel like this YouTube channel's becoming a little bit like Groundhog Day, just doing the same stuff over and over. So I apologise if that's what it looks like, but to be honest with you, there's not much I can do this time of the year. It's very much is like Groundhog Day, so just doing the same thing over and over. Anyway, we're making good progress on this fert, so not complaining at all. But yeah, we'll go and get some out. Still going out at 200 kilos. Got a fair bit to do up here at our Plains, so at least we're not tracking down all the way down to some of these satellite blocks can take up a fair percentage of your day. Got a little half-meal shower last night, which is just enough to make everything wet and sticky, but not enough to make it muddy, so it's good. They're running for a little bit, try and dry it out a bit. Yep, that's why. Because sometimes the roller just stops. There we go. I was talking to a mate over at Rennie, and he was saying that they've had 11 mils overnight. So my little half mil seems kind of insignificant, but I see there's more water in the yard here, but it wasn't much. Just looking at my rain gauges at Rosedeath, it's had another 13 mil, so he's not far away from where that was, so he ain't lying. That's good. And Arundale's had another 5 mil. Plus, the bit of the area they were spreading yesterday's had about 3 mils on it, so it's probably washed in there. It's all coming up mill house. Yeah, nice day, I think. Plenty of sun, it's already fairly warm. It was windy as hell last night, now it's all but gone. It was blowing about 30 km/h winds last night before the rain, and now you see the flags moving up there a little bit, but not a lot. Not a lot. I thought I'd just address a couple of comments from that last video regarding the 3-point spreader, and I had a common argument or comment that what kind of a bloody, why would you have a 3-point linkage for something that's such bigger operation? Well, simple fact is this 3-point linkage for however many years now has covered well over 20,000 hectares on this farm. It's not exactly inefficient, but the simple fact of the matter is something like a belt spreader that can hold 15 tonne in it, like an agri spread, would be a much more efficient way to get across this. There's no negating the fact that having 15 tonne instead of 4 tonne in the thing's going to be more efficient. But at the end of the day, see, we're rocking along at 60 hectares an hour there. When you get really cracking, it's 80 hectares an hour. It's not that much more efficient if your loading procedure's efficient. Now, what I don't have at the moment is that effective of a loading procedure, and I'll explain what I mean. If you've got a chase bin sitting in the paddock with you with another operator in it, filling you up as you go and trundling along where you need to fill, he's basically there ready to go. That is just as efficient as a trailing 15 tonne spreader. In fact, it may be more efficient, and I could argue maybe a little bit better for your tram lines too. It's not so much weight on your tram lines, but in this instance, I'm filling up over here at the dryer. I'm pretty close to where it is. It's not as efficient as a belt spreader, but it's still reasonably efficient. Where the belt spreader really comes into its own is what I'm going to face later is when I start going into this paddock and then the paddock behind me, which is a kilometre down the road. That's where I'd really gain efficiency, and that's why I was looking at that ZGTS. But it really comes down to efficiency of loading, how quickly you can get loaded. If I had a chase bin out here, no issues at all. You would gain nothing, and you'd save yourself nearly $200,000 on a spreader if you could keep that up. The problem becomes is that I haven't got that. Both my chase bins are out of action at the moment, and I haven't got anyone to run them anyway. So the best thing I've got is a truck as close as it can be to where I'm working, and then essentially you're going to get as good efficiency as you can. But it would be more efficient with a belt spreader. There's no two ways about it. But you're talking north of 200 grand compared to 75 grand. You can nearly have 3 of these 3-point linkage spreaders going and still save yourself money, you know what I mean? That's not, I'm not saying it's a bad idea to have a belt spreader. I was looking at one myself, but that's a couple of the reasons why people don't go for belt spreaders. Obviously there's other advantages to having a belt spreader, like you can spread gypsum and lime. I have a Coolman spreader exactly for that. It's supposed to be able to spread urea too, but it is that much of a lemon that we don't even bother pulling it out for urea, especially when you've got something as accurate as this is. It's just not the right machine. It's been a bit of a dud for our business, so it spreads the lime and the gypsum, not as wide as it was advertised, but it does do the job. So not a big fan of the Coolman spreader. In an ideal world, we trade both this and the Coolman spreader, which is parked up the road there. We'd trade them both on an agri spread. That would be the ideal situation for our farm. So if you're probably wondering from my other video what I think of the Blue Parrot headset so far, I have to say it's got good things, it's got some bad things. Good things, battery life is awesome. I think this is the 3rd day I haven't even chucked the charger at them, and they don't take long to charge either, so good in that fact. Because they're always on your head, very quick to put down and get going, similar to just picking up your phone and answering it. I just put it down, put the microphone down, hit the button. It's pretty good. The downside of it, they are a little bit bulky on your head. Maybe I would have gone the thinner ones or the lesser model ones if I had my time again. Not sure how they perform compared to this one. So the audio is crystal clear in it. The noise cancelling works well in them. Everything works good. The only thing I will complain about is that the microphone, or the little speaker, inside the head cup is a little bit too dull. It needs to be able to be turned up, but I guess that's how they get really good battery life out of them, is they don't allow too much volume out of them. When you got it right over here, it's fine. If you're working in a noisy environment, it's fine. It works pretty well in a noisy environment too. So Yeah, I'd rate them as probably a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 maybe. Because they're Bluetooth, I like to listen to music on Bluetooth a lot, so you get the mix up between the two. You're sort of still working that out. But when you're out and about, like I was loading trucks, answering calls, fixing something, answering calls, walking around, doing stuff with the belt, trying to get it right yesterday, and answering calls, it was really good for that. Yeah, so far, Blue Pat, not too bad. I had to order mine from the States. Apparently Harvey Norman used to sell them, but they don't anymore. Might be able to find an old set somewhere. Yeah, so that's what I think about the headset so far. Back at it for Friday, and today's the day we go landmarking. That's good. Get that out of the way. Of course, time landmarking comes around, it's got to be a rip-roaring fog. But anyway, we'll get it sorted. Who's gonna head that way?
That's it, good cow.
Perfect. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, right. Ready to go. Looks like we've got a good strike on the lammy lambs this year. That's good. See what percentage we're running here in these larger, older, more wiser lambs. What the bloody hell are these blokes doing here? You leave any petrol in the tank or what? I'm pretty sure that's how it starts. Hey, Joe. Sorry, Joe. Sorry. Just a cloud of mist coming off the ewes here in the back pen. Well, that's the landmarking all finished and done with. I think we ended up with 104% lambing rate, so that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Thanks to Craig, Nathan and Georgie for giving us a hand getting those done as per usual. They come and help us do it every year. And yeah, anyway, we'll just found out I'm supposed to be delivering a load of corn up to Bookham this afternoon, which is a fair flight from where I am, so I better get on with it. Well, here we are in Bookham. Not going to lie, this day blew out pretty quick, but we're here, we're doing it, we're unloading. Get emptied off and sit at home, but don't think the kids are going to see me before they hit the bed, I think. Anyway, that's the way she goes some days here on the farm. Very rocky sort of a place. Lots of cockatoos, apparently. Not far from the Bookham rest area for those who know the area. Not far at all, probably only 2 k's away. Not a bad stream. Not a bad stream, really. Seen worse. I've seen these augers before, but I can't remember the name of them. They're reasonably quick for a small barrel auger. They're like a ram flow or a ram jet or a ram something. White thing. Very popular for sheep farms. I reckon the last one I saw was up near Arden or Young, somewhere there. It's just not far away, it's just in here. I reckon it should be cold here come tomorrow morning. It's already, it's definitely sub 10 degrees. Not freezing, but not warm by any stretch of imagination. There's the Serenity. It's like we're at Bonnie Doon. Anyway, guys, I reckon I'm going to lose a lot pretty quickly up here. I think I got a couple of hours here by the looks of it, so I'm going to sign off for the week. It's been a pretty chaotic sort of a week. You'll notice I've gone back to one video this week. It's simply just the same thing going on every week, from week to week at the moment, with a few interspersed different things. But yeah, same old fert, same old trucking, and the land market chucked in there. If you want to support the channel, go get some merch, jumpers, beanies, hats are still coming, plenty of stuff there, stickers. Go and grab what you can, and we will catch you on the next one. Have a great weekend, legends.